This is the worst thing about our Indian education. You know, teachers used to come in and ask, who are the failures? And you are one of them who used to stand and say, I failed, wow, chalo, theek hai. But, actually, Friday night, we used to work till 3 o'clock. Okay? Finish at 3 o'clock and then go and sleep at a senior's place in Douglas till 4:30, 5 o'clock. At 5:30, we used to start another shift on Saturday morning at airport. Finish that at 1 o'clock. Again, 3 o'clock, go to the restaurant. Finish that at night, 3 o'clock. Sunday morning, again, 5:30 shift at the airport. Finish that at 1 o'clock. Sunday night, we used to finish at 11 o'clock and go to sleep. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think. And he sent it to GM next day or something. Mm-hmm. Great. Now he goes for a holiday. Mm-hmm. He comes back after his holiday. He parks his car in a hotel. Mm-hmm. There was a park and fly. Mm-hmm. Goes for holiday, comes back after 14 days. When he comes back, he sees a big stone in his car. His car was broken. Okay. And now again, you know, but this is the stories of hotels. There is so many things. In today's menu, Season 2, Episode 5, here we go.
Hello everyone, this is Siddhiraj and you are streaming in today's menu, a podcast where we talk about anything and everything under the roof of food and hospitality genre. Our podcast has 4 segments: crazy stories of people getting high, knowledge and tales about food culture, business journeys of industry professionals, and of course, all the direction you may want or you may need to hear or you may want to know to come into this industry and form a career. So if you would like to listen to us or watch us, consider subscribing and following us on Spotify, YouTube, and all other audio platforms like Amazon Podcast and Google Podcast, and also on Insta as well. So today, now we have Devang Gohil coming in on today's menu, and in this episode, Devang Gohil is someone who owns 3 restaurants in Manchester: Ziya, Bhajipala and Sthan in UK. Do you know, he came here as an international student like me and is today well known for his work in Manchester's hospitality scene in United Kingdom. Let's hear from him how he started, how he settled, how he struggled, how he hustled from him in this episode. Hello Devang, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Siddhiraj?
Just fine.
It's going to be a lot of fun, I hope.
Oh, sorry?
It's going to be a lot of fun today.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I'm excited. I hope you are as well.
Yes, of course. I want to hear the Isle of Man thing. Landing in Isle of Man.
So, landing in Isle of Man was a bit crazy. I think 2003, July.
Okay. First thing. Are you a school or a college person? I had asked this to Kunal as well.
College. So, you know, school days was nothing for me. School days was just backbenches. And I think I used to get every time, you know, grace marks, you know, you get like 15 grace mark to make it 35 and you just get pushed and pass.
All right.
So agar main batau to I was in my family, I was mandir ka ghanta.
Oh.
Koi bhi aata tha baja ke jata. You know, report card days where you have all your cousins sitting together.
Oh.
And all your cousins get
This is 2000 what?
This is back in time, man. This is going to 90s, 98, 97. So this is
engineer, doctor.
I have flunked in 7th.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've done 7th grade 2 times. Okay, so you know that embarrassment of having you standing there. Bhai, my 7th, you know, and this is the worst thing about our Indian education. You know, teachers used to come in and ask, who are the failures? And you are one of them who used to stand and say, I failed, wow, chalo, theek hai. But I think our educational system doesn't justify us, you know, in India at least, especially.
Yeah.
I was not made for education. Till today, I can't read a book. Now also, you know, you send me a long email, I'll write you an email with 1 line. And that's me done with my email, you know.
Oh boy. How was the experience when I sent you a long WhatsApp message? Did you read that?
I have not read it, trust me. Now this is already there. But we're going to do this and it's going to happen and it's going to be awesome. I know that. Okay. So with me, long things don't work, especially written. No. Long conversations would definitely
work. If anyone is planning to approach him.
Yeah. Long ones won't work, mate. Especially text and I'll know. Easy, short, give me a call. I'll be happy to talk. No problem. I'm actually changing all my suppliers and people I know as well. You know, I've shifted them from emails to WhatsApp to work with me. And they're happy and I'm happy. So yeah, let's go back. You know, I was a kid. Ghar ka mandir ka ghanta. Everyone who comes to me used to come and say, यार पढ़ाई नहीं करता. You know, my parents has the same thing every year. He's just passed. What will he do? नाई बनेगा, रिक्शा चलाएगा. You know, bang, bang, bang. Everybody and all that.
Okay.
Oh, that same. I think every kid who is like me goes through this in their life. And then eventually, flashback today. I think I'm enjoying the most in my life, and all my cousins were like at that point of time scoring the topmost grades and all are saying, "What do you do, mate? You know, how do you do it, and how can we do this now?" You know, I love my life. I'm loving what I do, but I think my parents could not understand that point of time when I was young that ये आगे जाके कोई career पकड़ सकता है. You know, maybe events, maybe restaurant. I didn't know I'm going to go in restaurants and all. Okay, till I was in school. College 2 years I was enjoying.
When I didn't know I was going to sit and do a podcast with you, but okay.
Hey, life, isn't it? I seriously, I don't plan my things. Now also, I don't know next 5 years. But I'm sure a lot of things would come, you know, things would unfold, one leads to another, and things would be great in life. So, I think the best part about my life is I'm a very positive person. I live for today, enjoy today. कल किसने देखा है, आज जी लो यार. So, you know, I live for today, I enjoy today, and tomorrow is not a worry. Tomorrow will come and we'll live tomorrow as well. So, yeah, that's me for my life. So, anyways, school just finished with that whole hassle of just passing the school, and somehow I got. But best part, I passed my school, 10th standard.
All right.
Okay, 10th standard. I think I got 52% in my 10th. Okay, and the school ka first ranker was in my building as well. Okay. People didn't go to his house to go and thank him that he passed or congratulate. Everybody was in my house because, you know, then I was this people's person. People used to love me, right? I used to be that auntie's kid. अरे वो चीनी लेके आओ पीछे से. I used to run on the cycle, go and get the chini, auntie chini. You know, चाय पत्ती खत्म. But I used to know all of them. I used to know all the aunties. I used to know all the uncles. I used to know all the kids. So people came and congratulated me that day as well, you know, and I was 52 and that guy was 92 or 90 something plus. So that told me already that day that, you know what, being people person helps you in future as well. And then journey started. I came in college, lot of activities with, you know, I could say cultural wise, I used to be always involved in cultural activities and all. So that was again to do with the same, my people skills, PR skills and all, you know. And then take 12th standard, I finished it, and dad says, you want to go to UK for your further education? Because
who asked you?
No, nobody asked me. I think what worked was, you know, after 12th, you एक तो 10th के बाद decide करते commerce science इंडिया में, okay? And then after 12th you have to decide what next. I was telling my friends, भाई मुझे ऐसी कुछ चीज़ें बताओ जहाँ पढ़ाई नहीं करनी पड़े. So I'm telling, I don't want to know books. Can you tell me something? So then they said hotel management, and they knew, you know, somebody wants to be a accountant, somebody wants to be a doctor. They knew it. I didn't have a clue what I wanted to be.
Okay.
So it came to me late, okay, and I said hotel management, और तब पता चला hotel management करो. Luckily, dad's friend came and said, my son has gone for hotel management, इसको भी भेज दे. And he said, okay, you know, you can follow this. I said, okay, great. And I came here. And that's how I landed in Isle of Man.
Okay.
2003. Agarwal overseas agent, 15,000 pounds for 15 months course, which was just...
cool.
No, it was completely scammed because there was no college as well. It was a house which was converted into a college in Isle of Man. Okay.
Oh man.
And
okay.
it was, and you know, the things like they had shown us bars and all, but they were from different hotels in the Isle of Man, but nothing from their college. So, anyways, once you reach there, I don't think you can call your parents and say, "Oh, we are messed up. Abhi sab bhar diya," so you start living your life. And Isle of Man, I think year and a half journey was tough because food and all used to be a big issue. Okay, your mom has cooked for you for first 18 years of life, and suddenly now you come to UK and you're like, fuck, you have to cook, you have to clean, you have to wash, you have to everything has to be done by you. And I think
but someone like you would have managed. Last benchers actually have the capacity to.
But every kid who comes to this country goes through it. I think so. You know?
Yeah.
I think my favorite meal became chips booty. You know, chip burger. So we used to, every day coming from work, I used to take a pound chips. At that time I used to get for a pound, bring it home, take bread used to always be there in the house, bread, butter it, lasun ki chutney, and then put potato chips in between and make a sandwich and eat. That used to be our staple meal for 7 days, most of the days. Okay. And I ate that for a very long time. Okay. So saying that, today when I get dal chawal on my plate and somebody else has made it for me, I feel it's blessing.
Oh yeah.
Because you know,
true. I'll tell you. Just to add up over here. So I right now live in Milton Keynes. So that is near Oxford and stuff. Over here, my friend who is a Gujarati, he makes dal chawal.
Perfect.
it's
मन
so
भर जाता ना
satisfying.
हाँ मतलब
so
यहाँ पे
satisfying.
तुम्हें किसी ने दाल चावल प्यार से खिला दिया ना तो तुम्हें लगता है यार दिवाली आज दशहरा है वहाँ की तुम्हें जलेबी फाफड़ा नहीं चाहिए तुम्हें दाल चावल से दशहरा
I'll tell
लगेगा
you one thing, okay? So it's like, when we plan over here as an international student, so aaj we will make chicken and
curry.
we'll make paneer, we'll make XYZ. What is the luxurious food we are planning to make? No, aaj now we don't have any mood. Let's make dal chawal, and everyone is happy. Oh yeah, dal
Dal chawal is good, na, but I think dal chawal feels so complete. Dal chawal, khichdi, those things, लगते चल अच्छा खाएगा. That is nice, staple, your comfort food that will make you happy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that used to happen. So वो Isle of Man पे बहुत कम हो रहा था. We could not do that because the way we lived over there and all. Isle of Man was all about working a lot of hours. Okay. And it was a tax saving island, so the tax was very less in Isle of Man. It's only I think 5%, 10% tax पड़ता है, so tax is very less. So I remember in days when you have holidays, the breaks you get, I used to work like 100 plus hours, and I was probably only kid. My dad had paid like 7,500 pounds fees for the first term. I had to, in a year, I had to kind of make 7,500 and pay that fee as well. So I paid that off as well. So I could save 7,500 pounds in that 1 year span, over there. That was very good. I think that way Isle of Man was very good. And then I think Isle of Man journey has got so many stories over there, like nightlife. As a young 18-year-old, you'd enjoy everything. You've been out with friends.
This is 2000?
2003, 2004.
Okay.
2004. And I came to Manchester, December 2004, and I got a job in Marriott's Manchester Airport. So that was my, I think, turning point of life, and I worked with them for.
What was your this highlights of the student life before coming to Manchester?
So many, I think being friends with some.
What first comes top of your mind?
I don't think I can say all that on podcast today.
All right.
Okay, but I think student life Isle of Man was very, very good. I think we made some amazing friends. I think reality kicked me as a student life. So I think life had told me that you can't be a books person. So studies was not for me, and getting becoming an accountant also was not for me. But then it had said you have to work hard. All right. So that thing that student life gave me, So I still remember Friday, Saturday, Sunday used to be crazy. So Friday evening we used to finish our college, okay, at 4:45. All right. The bus has to arrive at 5 o'clock. You have to get that bus to reach into town center at 6 o'clock and start your shift. So that bus guys also were so nice. They used to wait and watch in the corners that. Is there any kids? We used to run to the bus station because we used to have this very small time. So at 4:45, your shoes had to go loose, your ties had to come out, your jacket was in your hand. You had to finish your class and you run up to your dorm, throw all that, take your shirt off, wear your whatever uniform, take your jacket, wear your work shoes, and run to the station. And then you reach the bus station in Port Erin. Isle of Man. From Port Erin, you take a bus and you go to Douglas and you sleep on that bus for 1 hour. You reach Douglas. In Douglas, you work for that shift 4, 5, 6 hours. No, Friday night used to be long shift actually. Friday night, we used to work till 3 o'clock. Okay. Finish at 3 o'clock and then go and sleep at a senior's place in Douglas till 4:30, 5 o'clock. At 5:30, we used to start another shift on Saturday morning at airport. Finish that at 1 o'clock. Again, 3 o'clock, go to the restaurant. Finish that at night 3 o'clock. Sunday morning again 5:30 shift at the airport. Finish that at 1 o'clock. Sunday night we used to finish at 11 o'clock and go to sleep. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think for at least 6 weeks or 6-7 months I didn't sleep on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
This is struggle, actual struggle.
No, it was not. It was hustle.
Yeah,
more than struggle, it's the hustle that you have to do. I meet kids today at 18, 19 and they're not ready for this hustle. I don't know what's wrong with the kids now.
I won't say anything's wrong. Firstly, I don't know how much it is okay.
Yeah.
So in the UK, they want you, to be well trained enough. Only Italians are the people I have found who are very patient with you if you don't know. That's the thing. and it's fun. But the point is, if someone is in front of you, you know how managers are in India. If you found like that, today's kids, I would damn say that they are not in the condition to take shit from the manager and leave it from other end, and just they keep it over here.
But it's not about living. See, I've got 3 restaurants. I get all kind of people coming and working for us. Okay, and I know for a fact people who are working with us are not rude. They're very patient people. But what I'm saying is,
less
the
tolerance.
Student who's coming to come and give a trial, out of 15-20 student, we really find one person, he doesn't know how to work.
Yeah.
But then he will understand how to work. He will grow with that work. And that used to not be the case when we came here. When we came in 2003, I think we all were hustlers. We were looking for an opportunity. Somebody just, we wanted to just break through the door and go and get it and start working. I don't think people now want that opportunity. There's so many good part-time jobs available, but then there are not.
No. You can ask him.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I'll tell you, I've got part-time job in my restaurant. If you're a good person to work with, okay, and you will get your shit right very fast, you can stay here forever. Okay, between 3 restaurants, we got easily 40-50 people employed. So people come and go because they're students, and also jobs are always there. But it's there for people who will work great. I'll
tell you a joke about part-time work. I am not disagreeing with you.
Okay.
Your scenario in Manchester might be different. Your experiences might be different. I have personally given assessments of attention to detail, my writing skills and whatever for a part-time job in hotels over here. Okay, I understand the standards might be, but still getting rejected is another thing.
No, but there's no, for me, there is no standards and all. I want a personality. In a restaurant, I want a personality who would come, make sure my guests are welcomed, they feel happy.
They feel warm.
They feel warm and they do the job and they go. That's all I need. So if I have a personality like you who can smile, laugh, talk, as well as do the job, you get a job very easily. Yeah. Okay, but then you meet somebody.
Please tell this to the people who have just rejected part-time.
Yeah, but I'm not there for that. But I think it's about, then you might have all this personality, but then when you come to work, you don't have the right attitude and right ethics to work, then this personality won't work for me as well. So we have sometimes, we find somebody very bubbly and right, and they come to work, and then that person is completely opposite when they start working. They'll be nagging about things straight away, or they'll have issues with clearing tables, vagara. So there is plus and minuses always there. But I'm saying, at this point of time, if you're a dedicated soul and you're a good worker, you have enough there's no competition for you guys. Trust me. If you are a good worker, you can easily grow very fast. It was very different when we came over here. Okay, but and especially if you're in UK, it's land of opportunity. There is so many opportunities that there's no end to it.
You are coming from different UK, alright?
No, yeah, I'm serious. There's so many opportunities. I sent you a video, right? Yeah. Of those 2 kids.
Yeah.
Okay. They came as a student, and now they've opened a big shop somewhere in South, right? Yeah. And I sent you that video. Anybody can do it. Trust me. If you have the right attitude here, you can easily do it.
Alright. Okay, coming to Manchester, how was it? From Isle of Man. Okay, just a moment. Was that the shock of college which you told me? You the pointer when we were talking.
The shock of college was, me, and there is a guy called Sharma here. He came over. Now, you arrive, you have a college, your expectation in college, you have seen Karan Johar's movie and you've seen this guy, Hrithik, walking in it, and at that time, Shah Rukh Khan, Kajol, what was that movie, Rahul? Kuch hota hai. So you have that kind of expectation college, you come here and you see a college which is basically a house, and you have a board, Patre ka, those IHMES, that's it, and that was a college. There's Sriram Iyer, a South Indian guy next to me, and he's still on my LinkedIn with me. His first day, hey Devang, what is this? This can't be a college. We saw different. And I was like, this is it now where we are, and chalo, let's get so that was heartbreaking, because I think at that point of time technology was not that good to see all this so nicely. But now I think you can't, technology is so good that you understand what happens, what not. You can connect people very easily. There was no bloody social media to connect then. So Yeah, I think that was the shock for us, all of us who came there.
Oh, yeah. So after Isle of Man, you came to Manchester. Then what happened? It was Marriott's. You said something.
2004. 2004, I came to Manchester from Isle of Man after graduating and all. I think I started my journey with Marriott's. Still remember a guy called David Lakshmi, who was a food and beverage manager there. I think Nick was our landlord where I used to live in the house. He took me for a drink to Marriott's at Manchester Airport, and he knew David Lakshmi for some reason. So he said, "There's a guy who would like to meet," and I was looking for a job that point of time. Why don't you interview him? He's an alright guy, and so great. David Lakshmi called me. He interviewed me. I was looking for a waiter's job at that point of time. He gave me a job of a shift leader. So there were all my seniors already there who were already working there, and they were working there as a waiter, and I came as a shift leader. Young kid. India में कुछ नहीं किया था. No education. Like India, I was just 12th pass, and I came here. There were people who were already degree holders in India, did the IHM and all, and they were working as waiters.
IHM दादर catering and stuff.
बहुत सारे, and they were working as waiters, and I came on top as a shift leader. So already they were like, अपना India politics started, वहाँ क्या बच्चा कैसे बन गया, and this and that. But I fought through all that. And I grew my ranks over there, slow and steadily. So Marriott's was a blessing in disguise. It was great. I was there for 9 years, in and out, every bloody day. Worked very hard. But I learnt a lot as well. And Marriott, one of the chains, if you have to work for in hotels, Marriott's, it teaches you so much.
Second one I would say is Hyatt as well.
Okay, Hyatt is the same. I don't know. I've not worked with.
No, in Hyatt, so I had a guest previously. So he had told one thing, of course, getting in Hyatt is another thing.
Okay.
So if you get in Hyatt, the training in Hyatt is like makes you ready for any restaurant in the world.
UK doesn't work that way. UK, you come into a department and you get stuck to that department forever.
Okay.
So I came into room service and restaurant, and I got stuck to that place forever. So that 9 years of my life, because they did my work permit as well, I just stuck to them. My work permit was also a struggle. I didn't get my work permit very easily.
What exactly do you mean by work permit over here? And then you tell what happened with the work permit.
So work permit basically is your legal right to stay in this country. So if you're on a student visa, you finish a student visa, and then you want your student visa converted into work permit so that you can legally work in this country.
Work visa basically.
Work visa, yeah. So I think I had submitted my application, I had gone to India, and the day I had submitted my application, the laws had changed. So that time the salary was 12,500.
Okay.
So the salary band had changed for a supervisor from 12,500 to 13,500. So my first visa got rejected.
Okay.
Now I'm stuck in India, and I think there's guy David Lakshmi who took my interview. He was very helpful. He made me work very hard for what he did, but he was very helpful, and that's why I would never forget it in my life. He made sure I was stuck in India for 2 or 3 months, and he made sure 3 months he fought my battle here to get me a hike of like 2,000 pounds so that I can apply for a new visa and I can come back as a supervisor. And I think at that point of time, Marriott could not offer that kind of salary for a supervisor, but they took me into, because of my hard work, what I had done and whatnot, they gave me that special salary and they got me back and they gave me my visa. So I got my work permit from Marriott's, and then I stuck with Marriott's for the next 6-7 years till I got my permanent residence for this country. Once I got my permanent residence, then red passport, and the story was different. But the day I got my permanent residence, then I left Marriott's and then I went and did something of my own. But Marriott's life was crazy. It was perfect.
Some major mistakes you made at Marriott?
I can't tell you a lot of mistakes that I made at Marriott, but I think what lifestyle we had at Marriott was awesome. I think biggest mistake we made at Marriott, me and Sandeep, there's another guy who used to work, we say the same thing, we stuck with one thing for too long. We worked in the same property for almost 8-9 years, and that was a big mistake. I think if you're working in hotels, you should always go for a change after 2 years. 2.5 years, you should go somewhere else. Otherwise, you become a part of furniture and it just happens. You can't do much about it. So you should change in 2 years' time. That's for sure.
What were your experiences what was your learning experiences in Marriott? What did you learn which you didn't know previously, and when you went into Marriott, you learned that?
Marriott was all about systems. They had very good systems in place that really helps you to grow. And that
because it was a UK thing, that's why they had systems, right?
No, it is an American thing which is in UK, but their SOPs are all so strong that you don't have to worry. You just have to follow them. It will work automatically. It's all about very corporate culture and all. Restaurants are very different to that, but that was very, if you have to do this is how you have to do it, and this is what outcome will be, and it used to happen. So I was very good about Marriott. But at the same time, Marriott was a great great place for me to make some crazy friends. I used to have a friend called Jenny Makakiti. Okay, she was so amazing. I can tell you the story that she's a German girl. Okay. We were so good friends. So me and Jenny used to finish our split shift at 10:30, 11.
What is split shift?
Split shift I don't know nowadays if the split shift even happens, but those days there used to be, you have to go to work 2 times. So you used to go to work in the morning 7 to 11.
It happens today. Yeah.
And then again in the evening from 6 to 11 or 6 to 7 to
double
10.
Shift.
Double shift.
What it is
in
called
one
today.
day you go 2 times.
Yeah.
So we used to do that. So those days we used to finish our evening shift. We used to go out at 10:30, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. We used to hit the town, me and Jenny. We used to party till 5:30, 6 o'clock, like mad party. And we both didn't drink. We used to enjoy dancing. We used to dance till 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Come back at 6:30 to the hotel, get showered, change our clothes, and back to work at 7 o'clock. And work from 7 to 11, then go home, sleep, then come back again and work again. But those days were amazing. That bond I had with Jenny, and I still remember Jenny when I went with my work permit and I told her I don't know if I come back, and it'd be my last time I see you as a friend. That bond was awesome. And Jenny was like, no, if you're not coming back, I'm coming to India. I'll marry you and I'll bring you back to this country. Don't worry. And I was like, seriously.
But she was a German national.
National. But she was staying here, so we but it was just that friendship that we had. Very amazing, and she's like, I think 6 feet tall girl, she's a beautiful girl, 6 feet tall, very protective of me. When we used to go clubbing and all, if somebody's messing around with me, she would just jump, you watch out. She was awesome. So yeah.
Hadn't she done a flex of, I am 6 feet or that kind of thing?
No, not you would not mess around. She used to look like this, she's a beautiful girl, but you won't want to mess around with her. You can feel it, she's this thing you don't want to mess around with. So it was very good about Jenny.
Do you have a once what happened in Marriott?
There are too many what happened in Marriott. And बोलते हैं तुम्हारे किस्से अभी भी मशहूर है. So if you go in Marriott, they'll tell you my story still, but I don't want to tell my story.
Maybe I can take the mics there sometime.
Yeah, I bet there's so many people who like to tell my stories. So Marriott, I have lived my life in Marriott. The amount of friends I met, the amount of girls I met in Marriott, the amount of there's no stop to it. Like it was awesome. Marriott used to, the best part I'll tell you, Marriott used to have all 3 crews coming: Qatar, Etihad, Emirates, and really it was. I met so many friends outside, from that thing as well. So that was a very good part.
When we were talking previously before the conversation, you had told me that the India comparison. So the story of India comparison first, and then how was it different from India? You also. Once we are done with that, tell about the education. You have done your HM education over here, and you might have certain idea of India's HM education. You want to compare?
I think let's do HM education first.
Okay, cool.
So HM education here was very easy. It was not so this country was very simple. I came to do an HND, Higher National Diploma. So my diploma.
Okay, there is a thing called as High-End Restaurant Diploma over here.
No, Higher National Diploma, HND, Higher National Diploma. Okay, so that diploma, you just have to submit. You have to submit your what do you call them? What do you submit here? Your assignments. Perfect. So as an HND, you have to submit your assignments. Okay, and you used to get your grades for it.
Okay, cool.
I was working in an Indian restaurant in Isle of Man. I used to get food every night. I said, who will ever do my assignments? I'll give them the food. Food for assignment. I used to just put my name, check it through, and submit it. And most of it I passed off. All the practicals I was very good because I was working in restaurants, so the practical was no problem at all. But most of the assignments, I think I just got it through done with my friends, and I was lucky that there was no plagiarism, nothing. It just went through. So yeah, touch wood, that happened with me. And I think after you finish that as well and you come into your real life for work over here, work is much easier. यहाँ पे trainee, even a trainee gets the same respect what a waiter gets or supervisor gets. And all.
True.
What I've heard from my friends back in days who had gone and done trainings in India, when a trainee comes to a hotel, the idea is just how the fuck can you kill his ass. They make you slog for 12, 14, 15, 16 hours. The stipend is that much only.
The stipend is 14, 15, 16 hours is like the stipend is shit comparatively. I'll be honest here.
It's minimum.
Yeah, it's 7,500, 8,500.
I don't even know, but it's very bad.
That is how it is.
Yeah, and they make you work crazy.
Yeah.
Upar se, if over here, if you have an opinion, you could put your opinion out, and people will understand your opinion. Over there, if you had gone wrong with your manager, if you're doing the right thing as well, but you've gone opposite from what your manager wants, you're fucked. He will make sure your life is hell for the next training you are here for.
Yeah. True. So true. So right. So perfect. Yeah.
So I think all these kind of things, UK is much better.
Yeah.
This kind of things are very less over here. Till you have 10.
No, even here you have like spats with your manager or something.
But then it's not this bad.
It ends there.
It sorts out over a beer. You go out on a night out, you both talk it off and it finishes. It doesn't continue. Yeah. In India, that grudge is there. Oh, salah, that guy keeps it on.
How a trainee can speak to me like that?
So that
who are you? A manager at a restaurant?
So that is what I've heard about. I've not personally.
No. It's so true. On the other side, Prasad sir had come and told about the same thing when his days he was doing things, right? So his manager used to shout like anything. For of course, for reasons, but if you break someone's confidence, he's not gonna work properly.
So I think this is to do with the education. That was the first part. What was the second part we spoke about?
This thing, the stories of India comparison of education, and you covered the education comparison part as well.
What was the next thing that you said? Two things earlier.
Yeah, so one thing is like how is it working over here and how is it working over back in India, and how the education is different from the HM education.
Okay.
But because
I don't know HM education because I didn't do HM education over there. Okay. So I don't have a clue on HM education. But I think again over there there's if you've done an HM education in India, this is what I have seen with the boys who came next to me. You are so thorough about your gravies, about your wines, because they teach you so well.
Yeah.
Okay, which you don't get over here. Over here, it's more practical. Okay, so that way, HM education in India is very good, I think so.
Theoretically, probably.
Theoretically, but in reality, you're going to a place, into a field where theoretically it doesn't matter till you practically don't kind of achieve it. So practical thing would matter more, I think so.
Okay.
As a if you want to go and work in a restaurant, why go and learn about it in a book? Go and work in a restaurant. Simple.
Yeah. Oh, that is there, of course, and this is a practical hands-on industry. Of course, you need to learn things. Of course.
So you get people who have done MBA in hospitality and in restaurant or hospitality, and they come and work as a waitress again. What's the point of that MBA? I don't see a point of that MBA. So, it's simple. I think tomorrow if you want to open a restaurant or something, go and work in a restaurant. Then learn about it in a book. That's it.
But, that has its own plus and minuses. So after 9 years in Marriott, again I'm asking you, do you have anything to tell?
But it's not very...
I can't speak it on the mic.
It's a story about... I'm sure a lot of people who from Marriott would listen to this, they would comment on it, but there are a lot of stories for so I'll tell you a story about Marriott also. This is now about a guest. Okay. So the day this guest was supposed to come to a restaurant, it was his daughter's birthday. It was her, I think, 5th or 6th birthday. But the same day, we had an audit in a hotel.
Oh, Lord.
Now, when the audit happens, everybody's in a hustle and bustle. Yeah. Nobody knows anything. So, we didn't check the books. We are cleaning, making sure things are right, everything is going well. And Marriotts were very big on their audits. They were like, sab sahi hona chahiye. So, we didn't consider... He comes at 4:30 and says, I'm booking with you at 7:30. Make sure you have a cake for us, and my daughter wants something special, so balloons. We had not done anything because we were busy, so we completely forgot again. We didn't take much care. Luckily, chef made a cake out of some fruits and all in the kitchen, not proper baked one as well, just a cream cake. And he came. He had the whole dinner and all. We could not wow him. He was basically a co-founder of Greg's or something, which he came to become a big shot. He comes back after an hour, meets the duty manager, says, I'm going for a walk, but I was really disappointed with the experience my child got in the restaurant, and I want to come and talk to you. I'll come back after my walk and I'll come and talk to you.
You?
Not me, the duty manager. Okay. Duty manager comes to me and says, Devang, this person, I was the restaurant assistant manager then. Pepe was the manager. They're not happy this has happened. I don't know what happened, but he's really disappointed. Can we do something? Now, that being a Sunday or something, all the big supermarkets were closed as well. We could not do. But I went out. I went to a petrol station and airport, bought some flowers, got a teddy, got a box of chocolate, a few other things here, there. And I put it on a tray. And as soon as he came and he sat with duty manager, I went with the tray and I kept that in front of him. I said, you know what, I'm very sorry. What has happened? And I was very real to him. I said, today we had our audit and we completely missed out on you. And I am completely sorry that this has happened to you. This is the best I could do to make you feel happy. And I hope your daughter would enjoy the teddy bear. You can go ahead with your complaint. I'm not stopping you from that. But, I'm just wanted to say that, I know it was not right, and here you go. And that guy felt so genuine about it. He tore that complaint in front of me. He said, I don't want to complain anything. He took me from there. He took me to the room. He made me give this tray to his daughter and said, see. And the daughter went so happy. He was happy. Everything was great. While leaving the room, he gave me £50 tip.
A good one.
Okay, so the whole scenario changed. From a complaint, it all went well. And I left and he was happy. He wrote me a good letter as well that, the whole scenario, he wrote it very differently. And he sent it to GM next day or something. Great. Now he goes for a holiday. He comes back after his holiday. He parks his car in a hotel. There was a park and fly. Goes for holiday, comes back after 14 days. When he comes back, he sees a big stone in his car. His car was broken. Okay. And now again, but this is the stories of hotels. There is so many things, hotels, so many things I can say.
Well, what happened after that?
Nothing. Then he made a complaint that I parked in your, this happened to me. Everything came out then, But this is how hotel works basically. And there's so many stories. Like there are so many con stories. Okay, now I'll tell you this one.
But who put that stone in his car? Like
somebody came and he robbed something from his car and whatever. Somebody did that. So con story. We had this group of 4 guys acted as sheikhs. Herbs. Okay. And those days, I think all these things were very easy. There was no there was cashback happening a lot, So they come, they book the room. They had given a credit card which was probably a fraud card, somebody's stolen card, swiped in. They come to the bar, drank the best whiskeys, best everything. They took cash back from the hotel for £500 or something to pay someone and everything, okay? And then next day morning, all right, checkout day, everybody disappeared from the hotel. And then we came to know there were cons, there were no Arabs, they were just someone who had stolen a card, they were using a stolen card, enjoyed themselves, had a great night, and they left. So many things happened. It happened on a New Year's night. Another con story. New Year's, this couple, beautiful couple, wow couple, comes to the hotel, into the restaurant, enjoys their meal and all right, having fun. Then pulls the jacket, leaves a handbag on the table after the meal, everything, okay? Dessert, everything done. Leaves the handbag saying, we're going for a smoke outside, we'll come back, okay? There's a handbag on the table. They never came back. They left.
What was in that handbag?
Nothing. It was a Primark handbag, man, £2 handbag. But because your brain says, there's a handbag, they'll come back, right? They didn't come back. So there's so many stories. I can go on, it can keep coming. But yeah, I think Marriott was where I grew from, from a young boy to a...
Let's come back to this. Let's see.
Yeah, I think Marriott was a place where I grew, from a young boy to a man kind of thing. Yeah, I learned a lot from there.
Okay. So after Marriott, 9 years, we'll come back to some stories. You went on to build your own business, you said.
So after Marriott, I left it and I went and I opened a college in city centre in Manchester. IIM Manchester.
How?
I met a guy, an Irish guy,
Okay.
Ronan Caroline, and he said we should do this and this. And it was the first 3 months we worked in that college. We made very good money.
What was the idea? What was the college about?
Recruiting students from India in a college. What we came for, we were doing it for somebody else now, or for ourselves basically. How we came. And we had teachers and everything. Whatever money I had saved during this whole Marriott, I put into that everything and opened this college with this guy. And we opened this college and the government changes.
Oh, this was the year? 2004?
Tony Blair came, I think so. From Labour to Conservative came in.
Conservative Party, yeah.
They changed the law for the college. Private colleges can't have part-time jobs. Now nobody wants to come to my college. My college is empty, fallen. But I was very young. I was 27, 28.
Okay.
Didn't understand what business is. I started putting last pennies of my pocket into the college. And then there was a day when the landlord kicked me out. I had to... I think Mehul Bhai, Nitin Bhai had asked for a car for someone. And he gave me... I bought a car for 400 pounds. I put all the stuff in that car. And then I was sleeping on a motorway for a few nights, looking for a job where I could go and work. So this guy, Harpreet, my good friend, he gave me a number for this guy in Edelston in Scotland. So after 3-4 days, I got that job in Scotland. I drove my car from that motorway to Scotland. But that 3-4 days when I was doing motorway, I used to go and pick, those things which come for... it goes into what you call it, discount in the night. 20 pence. So you get a baguette for 15-20 pence. When it all gets discounted, use by date is finished and they discount they discount the thing. Yeah, so I used to wait for that discount in the night. So I used to get for a whole meal for £1 just because I was looking for it. So that happened. After that, I went to Scotland. I got my head right. 3-4 months quietly working, not meeting. Came back to Manchester. Again started my journey as a restaurant manager,
So you went to Scotland in the same car?
In that same car.
Where is the car right now?
I don't know. That car I think went into scrap. That car I bought for 400 pounds and I paid it back. Funnily, I went to casino one night. Mehul Bhai was there. I won 800 pounds. I paid him 400 pounds in casino and car got free.
Okay.
So I got that car for free only because of casino or whatever it was just. But it was a very, very horrible time. I think my life is, I've seen a lot of people's life just, the stats are like this. My life has been like this, and still going on and I'm enjoying it. I'm riding it.
One such thing is, what Kunal says, after every 5 years, all right, it's a reset. It's kind of a reset. So Kunal came over here, he did things and he went back and he was like, now that I know this thing, sustainability and stuff, I'm gonna do fine. He goes back into the business where with his father in real estate and stuff. He wasn't taken seriously at all. He used to go and sit in office in front of offices and stuff like that, and they used to come and see, oh, he has sent you. He was 22, and they were say, okay, I'll talk to your father, you go home.
But true.
Yeah, and after that, from there, he again built things. He opened restaurants and changed. Lockdown happened. Again, he had to restart stuff. Yeah, and again now he's somewhere opening a resort in Khadakwasla or somewhere, and that is his next project and stuff like that. So he always says 5 years, and it's again
square one.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree. I can relate to that as well.
Yeah. All right. So you the car where you went to Scotland. What happened in Scotland?
Scotland, I think I was working as a waiter again. From all these big Marriotts to whatever I had, I went back to zero. I think it was a bubble of life. It was I call it a university of life. I didn't pay for my I paid only 7,000, 15,000. But then if you go to university, you have to pay 30-40 grand. I paid that as my learning of life. That taught me a lot. It taught me a lot of friendship. It taught me a lot about family. It taught me a lot about people who would come just to use you and abuse you and then leave you in your shit days. So that was a good experience. That bubble, I needed that somebody to come and burst that bubble for me. So
the Scotland one?
not just that what happened, that I opened a business and it went failure. So that whole bubble bursted there, and I think that was needed for me.
Okay. So any learnings, experiences, stories from
loads.
there?
Like people, they won't want to know you when you are nothing. Marriott says to get a lot of discounts to a lot of people. Okay, everybody wanted to know me. Oh, you going London? Okay, I'll put friends and family discount. 40% off. Are you coming over? Chalo, I'll put a discount. Staff discount 50% off. So I used to do that a lot. So people wanted to know me. But now that I'm not useful, nobody wanted to know me. And I think it's a life ka
usul now, what would you say with that? It's a principle or law kind of thing.
Law of life. If you have anything, if you have things, people want to know.
As a man, if you're providing value, you are there.
Yeah, otherwise you're not there. So I think that's how life is. It's just a bitch, it will.
But why did you choose Scotland, by the way?
It just came. I was choosing someone to give me a place to stay. I was staying in a car, right? I needed a place to stay. So somebody who can provide me a space.
Just to recap, international student working in Marriott, starting a business, living properly, and then back to a car.
Back to car.
Okay, cool.
And I wanted a space to stay. So now this Jimmy calls me and says, I'll give you a job as a waiter, but I'll give you a room to stay as well. So I said, bhai de bas. Yahi chahiye mujhe. Went there, got my head right, got myself 3-4 months of peace from everybody else. And then we came back to Manchester, started working again as a restaurant manager. Again, the build-up started from there.
You came back to Marriott again?
No, Manchester.
Okay.
Manchester, and I started working as a restaurant manager for a place called Rice in Trafford Centre.
Rice?
Yeah.
RIC?
RIC, Rice. That guy was again a dodgy guy. His company went into liquidation after a few years. And he didn't pay me my salary as well. So, when your bad days are there are others who can make it more worse for you. And he did that as well to me. Then I got a job with Spice Valley. Okay, where I went and I worked as a manager again for their restaurant. That point of time, I had gone to India and I said, I would use all my holidays, you'll pay me. She said, yes, Devang, go. I'll happy to pay you for your holidays, the owner said.
Spice Valley?
Spice Valley. The day I came back, they didn't pay me for my holiday. They said, I'll pay you till now. Like, if you're in June and you deserve 10 days of holiday, I'll only pay you 10 days of holidays. I'll not pay you the whole 20 days of holidays. Whereas we had agreed before. And that put me into a lot of turmoil because I had planned accordingly. So I left that place. And sometimes things happen for good. I would actually have not left that place because I was suffering. I had changed 8 to 10 jobs within a span of 2 years. Okay.
Which could you just, if you don't mind, can you tell which are the jobs?
Rice. The Scotland job. I did one job for selling solar panels in Birmingham. So I used to travel Birmingham for 2 months every day from Manchester to Birmingham. We used to drive 4 or 5 of us, and we all had worked for selling we used to go and sell solar panels door to door. At that point of time, your brain doesn't work. You want to do anything and everything where you can generate some income from, So I was just doing any stupid random jobs, okay? Then I had got into another restaurant as well in Stockport. That didn't work for me as well. So, I think it was anywhere and everywhere. I was just trying to get in and out. And I think 7-8 jobs I went in and out. And then eventually...
That was in whilst between Scotland.
When all this happened to me, when I left Marriott, I opened this college. From college, all this was like... From college job to ended up into Karma Foods. After Spice Valley, I ended up in Karma Foods. That's where the life started churning again. Karma Foods was very good. We developed that company from doing $500,000 to 1.2 million a year. In 3 years, we took the company up by 700,000, which was fantastic. But
what did you do in that Karma exactly?
I was doing everything. I started as
But what was Karma about?
Karma was a catering company, catering to all the top-notch parties.
Okay.
I started from just learning how to do things to kind of then managing the whole thing because the general manager left, everybody, and I and owner was working. But we did a very good job. But the year he made the maximum amount of money, he went into liquidation as well.
Why?
Just an Asian thing. Again, he he probably made more money than anybody else, and he went into liquidation. After doing events in
Just for people who might not know what's liquidation, please.
liquidation is where you close your company saying that we have gone bankrupt. We don't have anything to give the salaries or any funds to give anything. So that is what liquidation is. So that's what happened with that company as well.
All right. After that, karma.
So he owed meat supplier, he owed energy bills, he owed landlords, everything, but everything went into zero, and that's what he did. But after karma, this place where we are sitting today is Ziya.
So Ziya. Before, but just one question about karma. How did you handle that situation then?
I don't know. I think sometimes life has to bring you good. But
how did you, as you said, these were the bills you faced and stuff like that?
No, it didn't come to me. It was owner, right? I was manager there, so I never got involved with payments and all. The owner used to do it always, Anshuman Verma. But this guy just, he probably just fooled everybody. He took a big chunk with him, he left, and, everybody just got... Screwed, yeah. Literally. A lot of small companies got screwed. What's the point of being so big and then, not paying people and running away with the money? I have stories where he was chased by people and whatnot, but that's another story of life.
All right.
But Karma gave me a good network. Karma started again building me up. Then from Karma I ended up in Ziya, where I came as the general manager. And then I think Roy Crossley, who's my godfather, he gave me everything. He said, Devang, here are the keys. This is the money I want as my rent.
Ziya, right?
Ziya.
Where we are sitting right now.
Yeah, and I want this much money for my fixtures and fitting. If you can get it done, you can have it. And we took it over. But it took a year for me to prove him as well that we are worthy of that key as well.
Yeah, true. Of course.
I think before me, he had 6 managers. I think they could do in a week only 200 covers or something like that. We took the keys over. We started doing 1,000 covers within the first 3 months.
What is cover exactly?
1 seat, 200 people in the restaurant.
Okay.
Cover.
Footfall.
200 foot.
Yeah.
We started doing 800, 900 in a week, and then he said, there's a potential, but it's too small for him to take the hassle. You take it over, and we took it over. So Ziya came in 2016 as owner. Then Bhajipala came in at 2019. The year we launched Bhajipala 2019, 2020 COVID struck, and again it was a whole hassle and everything. So but Ziya gave us everything. Ziya has been a place where a lot of celebrities have come through. I've met some of my good friends from this place. Now we are very good friends. So Ziya was very, very fortunate.
Okay, so how did you come into Ziya, first thing, and second thing, how did you manage to get the keys?
So coming into Ziya was a guy, I don't even remember his name now. He's a guitar player. I don't remember his name for some reason, but he's a guitar player. He invited me. I'm going to meet this girl called Jen. She is struggling with a restaurant. Come and meet. And I came with him one evening and I met her. And we saw what was the issue. And he said, "You won't take it over?" I said, "I'm finishing that place. I'll be happy to take it over from first." And that's how I came into Ziya.
Okay. So how was what was the situation happening and what did you do?
No, situation, I think everybody was just trying to, because these guys are very rich, I think, so they've got enough money and all. And people were trying to make money out of it. So nobody was really wanted to get this place busy. They were not into making it a business. They were just making their own pockets full. So we kind of started making it a business. We started working hard towards pushing it out, getting more customers, and it just 1 into 2, 2 into 3, it started working. So at the same time, Pradeep, who's my business partner, I got him over as well. I offered him the job as a head chef in this restaurant, and he came over as well. And when I got the keys, I offered him 50% as well. I said, I think growing alone is always... you can't grow alone.
Lonely.
Yeah, very lonely. Yeah, and you can't go far. So then I offered him, why don't you come over on board and you take 50% partnership with me and let's do it together. And Roy was okay with that and we came in together.
All right. Any more learnings when you started growing Ziya? Something like this is thing.
It's hard. Learning is that you have to put a lot of hours.
What would you say? Of course, what would you say about like growing a restaurant in UK?
See, I don't know growing. I actually know what growing in restaurant in India is
India
as
is, yeah,
well,
this-
because I've had a failure in India as well. So I know that. But growing in restaurant in UK, if you do it right, you will grow. It will take a bit of time, but India it takes a year. UK you can do it in 3 months. You can break away in a restaurant, like come into a break even within 3 months in
All
UK.
right. Okay.
If you do it right. All my restaurants have been breaking even in 3 months. All 3 restaurants. So I think we took over. We did the right thing. Great. I'm very strong on my marketing. Anybody will tell you marketing, PR. I'm like very good. So that helped. Got a lot of new customers coming through. A lot of new people. Then because we had a Kolhapuri chef Pradeep, we kind of we used that a lot for our benefit. Pushed him out as well. That went through very well. So loads happened from there.
All right. So, what made you start Bhajipala? What is Bhajipala first? What is the meaning of Bhajipala? Some people might not know, and what Bhajipala is exactly.
Bhajipala basically is sabzi tarkari. Bhaji
The
is
meaning, the literal meaning. I mean, I'm telling them.
Bhaji is sabzi tarkari, but in English it's like vegetables and leafy vegetables. That is Bhajipala. And the concept was vegan. I had to fight all my partners. I had to fight all my chefs.
But why did you go into vegan?
I thought
Do you eat chicken or not?
I eat everything. I still eat everything. But it was more of I think there was a need of the hour. And if you think about Indian food, most of it is vegan.
Vegan, yeah.
Right, there's ghee. If you take out the ghee equation, how many times your mom has put cream in the house for your food? Never. Cream and all is a restaurant thing, right?
Yeah.
So if you had to take that out, most of the Indian food is vegan. So it was as simple as saying that loudly, that you come and eat an Indian meal and it's a nice vegan meal, and really we have not, like there's very less substitutes in our food, like एक अच्छी सब्जी भिंडी की सब्जी, there is no substitute. It's a nice भिंडी की सब्जी, okra vegetable with a chapati, and you can enjoy it. Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, one stupid, like simple silly question. Why do they call an okra over here where we call it a lady's finger thing?
I don't have a clue on that as well. But okra is a okra and bhindi is a bhindi. And
when we went into Sainsbury and we were like,
lady finger.
Yeah, no, yeah, and. Can you please tell us where is lady's finger? He's looking at what?
You will probably showing what are you talking about, mate?
This is lady's finger. It's like, this is called
okra. But growing up in our school, we were said lady's finger, right? Yeah. So I don't know, but I will also like to find it out now. Why is that difference? Why we don't call it okra in India?
And also after Bhajipala,
2019 we opened Bhajipala.
Yeah, and which was the last one?
Sthan just recently, 2023. And
what is Sthan? What is it about?
Sthan is about Sthan, right? It's place. Okay, so we had to open Thikana, but somebody took that.
Thikana.
The restaurant was supposed to be called Thikana, but so as soon as
Thikana is like Hindi wala Thikana.
Thikana, apna adda, apna Thikana. Somebody took over the name quickly. As soon as we announced it, and my partner forgot to kind of register it, and also, anyways, that went. So we opened Sthan M1.
What is Sthan about?
Sthan is about celebration. Sthan is about come and enjoying the place.
Okay.
Come to that place and have a good time. It's a very beautifully done. The food is very, very different. It's just wow. Dosas are amazing to die for. Like if you have time, you could go and eat some dosas there. You'll love it. So Sthan is all about good food, good place, and good vibes.
What was your first job as an international student?
Pot wash.
Washing.
They
don't know what's pot wash. A lot of my audience might know.
मोरी में काम करना भाई, आके बर्तन मांजो मस्त एकदम साफ विफ करो.
No, but the Mori and Bartan thing over here is very different than what it's in India. They have a systems.
There's a machine over here basically. So I used to go in a kitchen, stack the plates in for the machine. It goes in the machine, washes off, comes out from the other side. But that was £5 an hour, and I had to do it because I could not study. So the idea was कि hard work करेंगे. Now that hard work can be toilet cleaning to working in a pot wash area to anything, and I was ready for it. There was no shame for that.
From that pot wash until here where we are having a conversation, what would you say your things to keep in mind and top learnings or mindset when you are hitting rock bottom?
Yeah, I think mindset is the key. I hit rock bottom every so often. I've done this. I've up and down. But if you feel I can bounce back, It's very important that you feel that I can do it. And I think in my life I kind of keep talking to myself. Abhi, I was listening to this Virat Kohli thing as well. He puts on his before he goes to the match, he puts on his headphone and he kind of just visualizes his century on that pitch. It's the same thing. Anything I want new, I start visualizing it. Mere visualization, and in my visualization it's already done. So I am thinking, let's say I had to open Sthan. I am thinking Sthan is open. It's running full on fledged. It's already like, wow, the place is buzzing. People are coming in. It's full of people. My visualization starts like that. And I'm all about dreaming and all. I'm like full on. I can, a holiday, like before going to holiday, I can think about my holiday and I'm like, I'll be doing this and that. So my life is like that, like childhood. Okay. I still remember talking to my friends in childhood, saying to them that I'm going to go to UK. And I was the worst of all the kids, educational wise. I used to pass barely. And they're like, what will you do UK? When will you go? But I was the first one to go out of the country in all my friends. After 12th standard, I left. So, and I came to UK only.
How many percent did you got in 12th, by the way?
63.
Okay.
There I had a sir, Baba. That guy used to come to teach me at 4 o'clock in the morning. I used to wake up at 4 o'clock and used to give me all these performers and all to write 15 times, 20 times a day. That guy was next
What did you do, science?
Prashant sir, agar ye aap kabhi suno, to this is dedication to you. But this guy, I don't know how, he used to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, take the pain to come to me at 4 o'clock. He used to come till there and he used to call me 15 minutes before. 3:45 he used to call me, Devang, you awake? Ha, sir, I'm awake, come. And he used to come at 4 o'clock and I used to be sleeping in the bed. He used to go to my dad, knock the door. He's sleeping, I'm leaving.
Okay.
Now my dad comes out, beats the shit out of me. And he comes next day and does the same thing again. But that was the story of my life.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
Crazy.
Kudos to such teachers.
Kudos to such teachers. I'm one of the reasons I would be here is him as well. My God. That 12th standard to get 63%, he is one of the biggest reasons of my life.
No. I would say I would really appreciate such teachers.
He took a lot
because even when if I would have been on your place or I have been on such places, be it my mother, be it some of my teachers as well, that time I was like, but today it feels they did the right thing.
No. Prashant sir, thank you. I'm like best thing ever. Anyways, so this thing about talking about, I'm going to go to London when I was a kid. It did happen. After, I'm talking when I was like 6th, 7th standard, and then 12th standard. So in 6-7 years, I left UK, India, Mumbai, and I was in London. Not London, UK. I was in UK. I started London, so I came to UK. And actually, the first port I came to was London. To go to Isle of Man, we got down in Heathrow, and we went to Isle of Man. Okay. So what do you think? What you kind of that think of what I want to do. Manifestation. That word, yes. If you manifest ke bhai jana hai, karna hai, wo hona hai. So yeah, that was me with manifestation over there. And in lot of things, I think do two things. Happy manifestation, positively. You have to think about things very happily. So, I know a lot of people who think about things, but they're themselves not sure. Are they thinking or they're thinking halfway and all? But you have to think it through. You have to feel like ये होने वाला है. जो चाहे हो जाए होने वाला है. Okay, that is me. And I'm a very positive guy. I don't know there are negative words in my dictionary. So you need to tell me what about this and how I will say how it will happen. I will get it done.
Now I have a friend of mine in US right now. So when I talk to her about scenarios or my work, right? So she always says, Siddhiraj, why don't you think it positively and stuff like that? And I'm like, I used to think positively, but the point is now I'm very rational and practical and I prepare plan B, plan C, plan D.
But all those plans are good. Okay. Yeah. But what if your plan A had to work through?
Yeah, that is also
so that plan A has to be it has to be so happy na, like I told you, forget thinking about tomorrow, first think about today. Make sure that today you are happy. I know so many people that think about tomorrow and worrying about tomorrow, but today they are not happy only. And these are people who are millionaires, people with so much money in their pocket. They're thinking about
even I won't say I'm not a millionaire, but I am somewhere in that list of
but
thinking
what's the
tomorrow.
Point? But if you're not happy, if you're not happy today, what is your tomorrow good for?
True.
मतलब so many friends I know now, before opening a business, they're thinking मेरा business नहीं चलेगा. Yeah, think about your business. You know, you want to open a business and you're already thinking your business is not going to work. Then how will your business work? You want to open a business and you think my business will be the busiest business ever. It will grow the best business ever. So that kind of things are very important. I think that kind of manifestations are so important.
Are you planning to opening in India?
एक खोला ना भाई, बहुत जोर से गिरे हम. It has pushed.
Explain how, what, when.
It pushed us back quite all right. So I think we tried our luck in India. Okay, we had whatever we did and whatnot. I think it's easier to do business where you are. Till it is a proper system and you're a big brand like KFC, McDonald's, Nando's and all, till you and you kind of have that kind of backing where you can survive for 2-3 years with your own money, then yes, to go India is good. But if not, then it's hard. It's not.
India is a hard market, you say, right? In case of breaking.
No,
even.
I think if I would personally be there, I would give it another chance again.
Okay.
So let's say in 10 years from now, I'm done with over here. I've got the money I want. I go back. Then I might go and say, for time pass, let's do something again.
Time pass, okay.
I don't want to work hard then. I want to just do it for the fun of life. I want to keep myself busy. I might open something.
Okay. All right. Do you want to add something? Tell me something. Any story from the Marriott where I said I will come back. One story and we'll end. Which you can tell on the mic. One story which you might know. Like, oh, I forgot to tell you this.
नहीं रे बाबा, Marriott की ऐसी कोई story नहीं जो मैं mic पे बोल सकता हूँ. There has been
Marriott people, if you are listening to this, comments are open for you on Instagram.
You can
and YouTube. Comment
please
it down.
Comment. You can comment actually. Yes, I will love to relive my moments again.
All right. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for telling. And I have been on my time.
Before time actually, it was very good. Sure, done. That's very good.
Thank you very much.
But I think it was good.
Yes, of course.
It was fun podcast.
Do you have anything to add, subtract? I mean, not subtract, add.
Hey, we didn't talk about Chris Gayle.
Oh yeah. Yeah, please.
So this story.
Oh, just a thing. Just before talking about Chris Gayle, Ziya is a restaurant where a lot of people from India, when they come over here, they make sure or try to visit Ziya. You can check it out on their website. And back to Chris Gayle.
So how did I meet Chris Gayle? You had a question.
Yeah.
Chris Gayle was in a bar where we were there as well. Okay. Now this guy, a Pakistani guy, comes to us and says, "You got to smoke?" We said, "No, we don't. Come on, give me a smoke. I'll give you a good info." I said, "What?" We actually, we didn't smoke. So sorry, nahi. I'll still give it to you. Go. Chris Gayle is in that corner of the bar. I'm like, what Chris Gayle? I was sitting with a very close friend of mine. He's a NDTV reporter as well, and he knows all these players very well. So I did, for me, if I know a celebrity is there, I'm like, network, let's go and meet him and all. So I'm like, Nikhil, you know him. Come on, let's go. He said, see, he's in his free time and I will not disturb him. I am not made for this. I know you are different. You go and connect with him. I said, okay. So I go to him. I go to Chris Gayle. So there's a guy. He said, sorry, he's busy with someone. You can't go down. So I wait. I wait for all of them to clear out. So everybody clears off. Then I go to Chris Gayle. I'm like, mate, you're the god of cricket. I've seen you growing and, I love you as a cricketer now. Yama. I was like, everything. And I was like, I want to offer you a drink, whatever you want. He thought I'm like some guy, just random. He says, what will you offer? I said, anything, whatever you want, please have. It's on me. He says, I'll have a bottle of champagne. I go to the waiter. I said, 2 bottles of champagne. His eyes open, light up. Arey, ye? 2 bottles? Ek nahi, 2? And then he wanted to know me. I said, who are you? And I'm like, what restaurants? Why don't you come and eat? And next day, he was at my place eating food with me. And I met him in a bar a night before, and then we were friends. And now we are connected. We talk on chat and all as well. So, that's how easy it was to meet Chris Gayle and to connect and to bring him to our restaurant. And that was the story for Chris Gayle.
Also, one last thing. If there is a scenario where it has worked out for you, now you don't have anything to worry about. It's not like that. Could you please tell the current economic situation on UK and
Why बहुत लगी बड़ी restaurant के भी?
Yeah.
Restaurants at this point of time are in a shithole. Like, it's very
In the UK, right?
Yeah, very very hard. It just the way the economics are, the way I think everybody's feeling the pinch. Everybody's struggling, so people are not going out to eat. Lunches have dried off. Any restaurant you can talk to, there are no more that lunch trade what you used to have. It's dried off.
How are you managing and sustaining with it?
I think new things. If you see our Instagram and all, we are coming up with new ideas. Like this Sunday we had a banana leaf thali. First time we tried something different in UK, and it went very
it is
well.
there in UK, probably in London.
Yeah, like for Manchester, like my restaurants, we tried it for first time. And it went wow. People loved it. So I'm coming up with new things, new ideas, new promotions, We bought this cooker biryani in Ziya.
Oh yeah,
This,
had it today.
and that people love it. People have come for that. So yeah, I'm trying a lot of new things to bring a lot of new people coming, and people are coming through as well.
So again, innovation and creativity is the key.
Has to be simple. Few months back, I was away from business for a while. Business suffered. As soon as you come back in, business is like a baby. The more attention you'll give to your baby,
it will grow.
Yeah, the baby grows the way you want, right?
Yeah.
Business is the same. If you don't give attention to your business, it will start going haywire. So you have to be constantly involved in your business, and I think that's something I would tell all business owners. Doesn't matter how you grow, but your business needs you all the time.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming in.
Cheers,
Thank
buddy.
you for showing the support and everything.
No problem, boss. Best of luck. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yes.
And I hope this podcast gets a lot of views, lot of
Yeah.
yeah,
Traction.
Traction, everything. Chalo, done.
Thank you very much for listening, and that's a wrap.